Kashmir is still under curfew. Phone, internet and television services in the India-administered region are blocked. Schools and offices are closed and people have been confined to their homes since Monday. Those who are able to get out say they're getting desperate.
Just to be able to step outside, I had to first reach a police station to get a curfew pass. On the way, the soldiers kept stopping me, asking, "Where are you going?" What sin did we Kashmiris commit to deserve this? There is no milk for the children, no vegetables to eat. They've even disconnected the phone lines.
If the current situation continues, then how will we earn money? What will we eat? And how will our children study?
Across the de facto border which splits Kashmir between India and Pakistan, thousands of people are evacuating their homes, seeking safety from cross-border shelling. Islamabad's accusing New Delhi of violating international agreements and its own constitution. It's expelled Indian diplomats and cut trade and transport links.
Pakistan is looking at political, diplomatic and legal options. We are not looking at a military option.
People in Kashmir, Indian opposition parties and rights groups have been protesting the change. But Prime Minister Narendra Modi says the new system will better integrate the region with the rest of the country.
I want to assure the people of Jammu and Kashmir that with full honesty and in a transparent environment, you will get to choose your representatives soon. Under this new system, together we can free Jammu and Kashmir of terrorism and separatism.
But recent government measures are unpopular among people in Kashmir, and some analysts say there may be a backlash if New Delhi persists.
I expect massive resistance. Now, what that resistance might look like, we are not entirely certain about that quite yet. It also depends, of course, on this massive military influx of the Indian forces into Kashmiri territory.
That's a fear shared by many.
I feel like the situation in Kashmir will get worse, and this could continue for the next 4 to 5 months. I feel like Kashmir is on the verge of burning.
We are really worried. Please, for the love of God, save Kashmir.
Analysts say one way the government may keep protesters off the streets is by extending the curfew, which would only prolong the economic isolation of Kashmir. Mobin Nasir, TRT World.
Well, let's get more on the story now with Umer Karim in Birmingham. He's a visiting fellow at the Royal United Services Institute. Good to have you back on the program, Umer. Now, as we heard, Pakistan, in response to India seizing complete control of Kashmir, has cut diplomatic and economic ties with India. What impact will that have on both countries?
Well, that will certainly increase bilateral tensions. All the confidence-building measures that have been taken within the last couple of months, especially the Kartarpur corridor project, that would also be under massive pressure. And to be frank, the Pakistani government is under a lot of pressure from its people, the common Pakistanis, to act against India. So I don't see how, in any case, this will not contribute towards the worsening of the bilateral ties and relationship, and we may see some security build-up as well on the borders. So all in all, this will really complicate matters further.
Yes, I want to come to the security situation in a moment, but we saw there Narendra Modi address the nation, justifying New Delhi's move of revoking Article 370. Now, he says the move will bring economic prosperity to Indian-administered Kashmir. Did you really buy anything he had to say in that regard?
I think this is just empty rhetoric. What kind of economic prosperity will the Indian government bring when Kashmir is in a virtual lockdown? There is a curfew. So actually, whatever economic activity that happened within the state or within its towns and villages, it has completely ceased to exist. And the other thing is, if the Prime Minister Modi is talking about bringing in investments from other parts of India and maybe bringing development, construction projects, how will that happen if the law and order situation goes from bad to worse? I mean, I don't see anything on the economic side building up in the presence of this huge number of troops within Kashmir. So I don't buy this rationale that this is for the economic development of the region. The economic development can only happen when the law and order security situation is normal. It for decades it hasn't been normal at all, and now that so-called or the normalcy that has set in within the lives of Kashmiris, even that has evaporated. There is no pro-Indian political voice within the Kashmiri political setup. So where will that sort of political or economic normalcy return, and then what to talk about further economic development? I think it's a very, very dire situation for now.
Yes, and Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan says India and Pakistan have fought before and could do so again, perhaps over this very issue. What is the likelihood, do you think, of a conflict breaking out between the two countries over this?
I think I don't see any sort of conflict coming up between the two sides. There may be some sort of a border build-up, some sort of an escalation from both sides, a lot of optics being in play. But I can categorically say that both sides, they don't want any sort of conflict among themselves. And frankly, both sides, they cannot afford a conflict, because once the conflict is started or any sort of engagement at a kinetic level has started, it cannot be contained, and that will be disastrous for both economies. Maybe the Pakistani economy is now trying to recover, yes. But also on the Indian economic side, all these things, they matter a lot. And I am quite sure that the new government, because Prime Minister Modi has just been elected, it won't be on his agenda now to start a new conflict with Pakistan. Okay. But yeah, of course, Kashmir is a different thing.
Okay, Umer Karim, we'll have to leave it there, but thank you again for your time on Money Talks.